I wanted to have a reality show for extreme upfitting.
I wanted to have a reality show for
All of the functional equipment to it that the departments need. Upfitting is, I am extremely late to delivering this truck. I sent him Chester's cell number and he said, "Got it, thanks." And I thought that meant he got the vehicle, but I think it meant he got his phone number. Now we're getting all those equipment and we don't have a car. In order to... Upfitting is...
I mean, there's like a cop, like emergency side, and then there's like a kind of like what these guys did to Jordan's truck. I guess it's just taking a plain vehicle and building it.
Taking a vehicle that doesn't have any equipment on it. It doesn't have any equipment on it. Is this thing done, Jace?
Yeah.
Oh, Jace is back. Perform their jobs. You missed the Monday ordeal. We got the wrong modules. Prisoner transport system, single seat, and then there's a...
What are you doing?
We don't light them up.
Divider in the middle. They can put stuff there and stuff. You could probably fit not a rifle, maybe like a short barrel, and we do all that and then turn it around to them. And
Why didn't you come to the city with me? Small towns don't fit you, cause I know I'll get you into heaven.
We need to get the F-150 done, and we need to wrap up Vernon, Leechburg, New Bethlehem, and Binghamton's first 2 PIUs.
in order to stay on schedule, I suppose we need to have all the lights done by today. That way you can finish wiring everything tomorrow. So it's just lights, right?
No.
So they wanted this by the end of the week. Turns out we actually don't have the console for it. You should be able to have everything ran to where the console's going to be.
Yes.
Easy peasy.
And the wires for the back window lights, and then it's done.
Cool. So as soon as it does come in, then we can hammer it out. Kind of like these ones that we're finishing up now. We're waiting on parts, but we get them done as far as we can, set them aside, and then as soon as the parts do come in, turn around and knock it back out. That really helps us with our lead times. Our lead times are as good as the manufacturers. That's basically what it comes down to.
Nobody knows how to get me back to good.
What are you doing on this thing anyway?
Right now, I was told to go make sure there's no loose bolts.
Ah, and why do we have to do that?
Well, another employee here left a bunch of loose bolts in it, and we had to stay over and fix it yesterday.
Quality control. We did our quality control. We ensured that all the bolts were tight. Other than that, is this vehicle done? Why are the seats out?
I have no idea what he has going on. There's a bunch of wires, and I just finished fixing the box back there.
Okay. So we got that done. We got the wires to the center console, so we'll just have to hook everything up, and then that's it.
Bubbles has been following me around most this week, so I'm learning everything. So next week we're going to get him started on his own car, well, his own vehicle to work on, I guess. There'll still be some things he needs help with, and then, but for the most part, he should be all right. I have, well, no call, no show Monday.
Uh-huh.
All of his bathroom breaks.
Jeez, what the fuck? Jeez.
Yeah.
His lunch breaks, which the one was an hour and a half, and the other one was 45 minutes, and Friday he didn't come back.
So the reason that we need to make sure that this truck and the rest of these smaller projects are finished up this week is because next week we have 3 more PIUs to finish up, as well as a dump truck to get done. And David is going to be on vacation. So it is a priority that we get all of this small stuff wrapped up. That way we can focus on finishing those last couple builds next week. Okay, this, let me go here and you go there.
Well, I was just trying to get up.
Oh, yeah, we're in the middle of remodeling.
If you need a snowplow, I can give you that shit.
This is the world's cheapest police car. Do you believe Joe when he says this is the world's cheapest police car?
I believe so, because it was pretty basic.
How cheap do you think Pakistan is?
I don't know, I've never been to Pakistan. Because you'd have to convert their currency to ours and see what it comes out to, because I bet you they're the same price as it is here.
The world's cheapest police car was about 50,000-ish, if I remember correctly. I came to the conclusion of that being the world's cheapest police car by researching Wikipedia and encyclopedias and Google and Bing and DuckDuckGo. Like when Ridgeway said that they're getting a new police car for 98 grand. It's like when you go to the doctor and they give you a bill for like 100 grand and they're like, yo, what? That seems kind of high. And then you ask them for an itemized bill and now it's all of a sudden like 60 grand.
Why do I see behind the suit of you? I know hands up.
Police car. So we have, to date, never done a brand new police car as cheap as this one. They just went as minimal as possible. So they got everything that they needed and nothing that they don't. What I mean by that is they only got 2 lights in the bumper instead of 4. The light bar, I guess, could be cheaper. We could have used a Senator on the roof. Instead we used a Legacy. For what you pay, you actually get a lot better bar. They got a 4200 controller instead of the core, so they don't have any vehicle integrations or anything like that, but they don't need it. They did get a VSX console, lifetime warranty on the install. In the back, oh, the graphics package, so obviously they went pretty minimal here. They actually went a little bit over their budget, but we didn't charge them anymore. Nothing reflective, nothing fancy. Actually, in the back of the car, they put chevrons on there. Those are reflective. For the prisoner containment, there's no ABS aftermarket seat and just the cargo barrier, which is all they need because they're not moving a lot of prisoners. Is pretty much it. Oh, and then on the back we put 2 next to the license plate. What we should have done, now that I think of it, instead of doing 2 next to the license plate, we should have done 2 hideaways and the reverse lights. That way when the hatch is open, they still have some warning. We'll keep that in mind for the next one. In the front seat, they got a gun lock for 2 of their guns, a shotgun and a rifle. Did we do anything else on this? Probably just super glue it in there.
Well, I mean, this one's already super glued in there.
No, don't do that.
People shouldn't touch electrical stuff.
It was an actual shop that put that in there. So, Bladensburg, Maryland. So this morning we completed a partition and a console install for a medical transport unit. What they do is they transport voluntary psych victims. They transport voluntary patients. Voluntary psych patients, and they...
People at 302 themselves.
Yep. Maryland. It looks like their truck is cleaned at this point. And we're just gonna be waiting on those modules for the 2 visor lights. Get it programmed and send it out of here. Where's Austin? That radio's still not shutting off on Maryland. Fixed his fog lights because the shop that wired it up had the fog lights on the low beams and on the high beams, which is illegal. And then the other issue was the center light bar stopped working. Is that because they wired it up wrong?
Speaker wire.
Anyway, so I got a call this morning with the main guy over at Fleet Reps for Wheeling.
Yep.
He was talking about our latest video that we did on those Tahoes. And he was like, yeah, you guys got to stop bashing Wheeling how you said that those SL runners are a better value than the Wheeling Tracers. We also have some Wheeling Tracers on the side. These are tricolor. So at nighttime when you open the doors, they'll like do stuff like illuminate the ground so you can see what you're stepping on. Moving on to the sound off vehicle, SL runners. They don't have the ability as of yet to sync with the remaining products. So for this particular flash pattern, we don't have them on. I will demonstrate. Oh, look! Yeah, so you don't get as much functionality with these. On Wheelin's end, we can actually program right down to the individual light head as to what they're doing and what color they're flashing and what flash pattern they're doing. With these, they're about a quarter of the price, but you get a quarter of the functionality. So it's a trade-off, but for all the more that you need, I think these $600 versus $3 grand kind of seems worth it to get those. So he was all pissy about that, and then he started going off about our website. And I was like, dude, that was honestly the truth. We actually have an updated email from Brad, and I'm gonna paraphrase. So in this email that Brad had sent me, he said, we directly quoted our competitor's website on our website. Our competitor's website, they said that they are not perfect, and then we turned around and quoted that on our website. He declined me.
Did your marketing director tell you that was a good idea to put that up?
On the website? Yeah. The reason we referenced our competitor on our website, we referenced their quote.
You.
Me. I don't know why I initially thought that bad-mouthing a competitor would have helped us, but you know, we bash Sound Off just as much as we do Wheelin' or anyone else. We told them that Sound Off's SL runners don't have nearly the functionality that the Tracers do.
Well, maybe they should get us set up with red and blue.
Oh yeah, well that's what he was talking about, was setting us up. What else sucks with Sound Off? Let me think. Well, we'll get the Sound Off rep in here and he'll tell us what sucks with Sound Off.
Yeah.
But anyway, yeah, Wheelin's trying to censor us.
Do you want the tablet to go with it in case you need to write anything? They're really nice.
We only have like 100 left. See ya, thanks. Vernon, we'll just go through all the builds. Medevac is done, Swanson is done. Swanson took way too long. How long did that take us last week? Like 4 hours or something?
Yeah, I didn't know we were redoing everything, no.
Poor guy.
I didn't realize it was that bad.
Vernon, done?
We're waiting on the console.
Which shipped Friday or Thursday. So we'll have that today.
Yeah.
New Bethlehem is done with the exception of the part that's going to show up today or tomorrow.
Yeah, just for the controller.
Binghamton PIU 1 and 2 is...
It should be done towards the beginning of the week.
Okay. And then Bladensburg, Maryland, we're just waiting on the boards for. Cool, so we'll be able to wrap pretty much all of that up early this week. And then Ridgeway dump truck. We were supposed to do that last week.
Back into it. And he was like, oh fuck. He's like, man, I'm so fucking sorry. He's like, I'd be pissed if it was me. And he was just going on for like 5 minutes. Accidents do happen.
But then Jace
Kind of backed into it, the brand new truck. And actually this truck wasn't even owned by the client yet. It's technically still owned by the dealer. So what that means is, I think what that means is this can no longer be sold as a brand new truck. So we just got the client a pretty hefty discount, and Ford's gonna take care of this, replace all the doors, you know, his insurance, and fix, you know, whatever else. And then because it's now a used truck, because Ford has to fix this, we might have just got the Ridgeway Borough a 30% discount on their brand new truck.
So that's your project for this week. Jace is the dump truck man.
Roller and everything in the rear of that one too?
Yep, it's gonna be the same exact as this one. Do you remember which ones we have to switch around? Which, if you have a question, just ask me.
Where's the Dremel go?
I have no idea. How you making out on these things?
They're done. I just gotta do a Dremel so I can get all these burrs off.
Alright, I got a file over there if you need one.
Alright.
I don't know where he found it, but Jace is using a wood bit on the truck frame, like a hole saw. You might want to start checking in on him more often. Yeah.
So we'll go there. And then
Third hole just for looks or something.
told him to drill 1/2-inch holes, but he decided he's going to use my 1-inch hole saw and drill bigger holes for no reason.
To Binghamton, almost 10 that need to go as soon as Austin gets them done. So the truck will be done this week. We have multiple Explorers. All the police department Explorers should be ready next week. There's 5 of those, and then the fire department Explorers will be ready towards the end of the month. And there's 5 of those. They all have, once Austin gets all the lights and the sirens and all that stuff on them. I say Austin because Austin is the shop. Looks like a fucking war zone out here.
Next time, just do 1/2-inch holes. Is that the last one you have to drill, or use 2 washers?
Yeah, that's what I done.
3 in total. Down, it doesn't bend them. So, all right.
He's just gonna put massive fucking bolts in there.
Unless we get bigger bolts,
That's what I'm saying. He's putting 1-inch bolts in there now.
apparently. But I'm having them double washer the backside so it doesn't pull.
As they can get by the end of the month as well for the Axon camera guy to install. Looks like we're pretty good on 3 of them here. The other 2 showed up yesterday, so we gotta get these 3 out while we're waiting on parts, get the other 2 brought in. And the other big thing, Austin is now promoted to operations manager, which he's pretty much been working into since we started. But the only difference is now the schedule is his problem and his issue. So if he sees something that needs to happen to make this schedule stay on time, he can now make that happen.
What we can start doing then, so like you know how the quotes are on the clipboard? Every time like you install a light or something, put a check mark by it. So that way we know what's installed.
Might be easier just to throw a piece of tape on the window or something. The green tape that Jesse loves so much. 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, plus the 20 Tahoes. 4 of them I just closed today. Yeah, I mean, Austin has been here since
we opened the doors.
Since we opened the doors. And there's a lot that has happened and a lot he's learned since then. There's been times where Austin didn't have anything to do for like a month and a half. We were just sitting down here twiddling our thumbs, like sweeping the floors repeatedly.
And building a shelf once.
Yep. And now we have more cars than our parking lot can handle. That Jesse takes credit for on a daily basis.
I mean, it's definitely funny to watch the cars grow because I'll be behind somebody and they slam on their brakes when they drive by.
That's what I do. Cop. Emergency. 911.
It's interesting that we're so far out of space in the shop, we're having to just start using the parking lot.
That's what I was thinking. You got people out here working now?
I don't really know what we're doing here. This is Jesse's doing. Anyway, I think this is either Jace's going away cake or Dalton's going away cake. It can be both. We should have wrote on there, "We'll miss you, Dalton and Jace." But so we got cake for everyone. He's been working here for the summer as he goes to college, but he goes back to college tomorrow. So he's gonna kind of still work from remotely. He's the one that orders all the parts and everything for us. So hopefully he can continue to do so while he's in college.
The cake was great.
Wasn't recognizing the core for me to program it.
The truck we were talking about? The console. Is this the one with that the console is missing? Is this the one?
I have no idea what you have video of.
You have a whole.
Oh, you didn't. That's getting mad.
This one we were talking about in the video. That's the one we talked about in the video.
Well, we did it. After working until 1 a.m. last night, we finally got her done. After all
still don't got our module swap.
Yeah, all the parts came in.
Module swap.
The client asked that we add more lights.
So we put more lights on it.
We did put more lights on it.